Hey folks, Mike Dawkins from Worldcast Anglers with your Jackson Hole fly fishing forecast for the weekend of September 23rd and 24th. As you can tell, we've got some fall weather creeping in here. We've had lots of rain, overcast skies, cool, calm, perfect days for blue-wing olives, perfect days for mahoganies, perfect days for throwing streamers wherever you are. So our fall fishing season has arrived and we couldn't be more excited about it. Looking into this weekend, we've got Saturday 57 and 34, mostly sunny. Sunday 66 and 40, mostly sunny. So after, this Friday precip and really cool overcast fall weather, we're going to get a little dry spell, but our daytime temperatures aren't going to look as warm as they've been. So what that means for your fishing and your bugs is you'll see our summer bugs say bye-bye. Those days of the PMDs and mostly some of those caddis and everything like that are going to be stored, in your garage or in your kit bag for next summer. I'd bring out the snake drakes, the Hecuba drakes. I'd bring out your mahoganies. I'd bring out your blue-wing olives. If you haven't already had those in your fly fishing kit the past couple weeks, add them in now. I'd start throwing my streamer box, in the boat, in my wade fishing pack, sink tips, poly leaders, waders, fleece, rain jackets. It's time to get after it in that fall fishing fashion. Palisades Reservoir is 57% of capacity. Jackson Lake is 69% of capacity. So very different information I'm giving you for this time this year compared to last year. Most of our drought designations have been removed from our area of the West. There's still some stuff lingering in the Pacific Northwest and northern Idaho, but we really have had a wet, cool summer, and we've been recharging our river systems and streams with these rainstorms and precip and everything like that. And what we're seeing now is our fishing quality and our water quality have been holding on in great fashion. The South Fork of the Snake, we're starting to see some of the first decreases in discharge coming in, going into those winter flow periods. South Fork of the Snake, 6,688 CFS, 7,120 CFS there on the lower river. Water quality on the South Fork of the Snake is superb right now. You've got maybe a snake drake here and there, but mostly a mahogany and a Baetis game. But our reports coming back from today is the streamer fishing has been really good. So if it does get warm again, you may want to throw those dry droppers in with those terrestrials and a couple other things. But nymphing with small rubber legs and BWO and midge patterns can be really productive as well. The Snake in Jackson, 2,340 CFS coming out of Jackson Lake Dam, 4,080 CFS there on the lower river. Similarly, the Snake is in great shape, if not probably increasing in flow and decreasing in clarity from this rain event that we had. The gauges on the Grovant and Pacific Creek and a number of other things started climbing today. But, we've had a lot of people fishing in the park, a lot of people fishing in the forest, and those reports have been really good. Look for flows to start dropping on the Snake on the 25th of September, and they're going to start teetering down all the way to 280 CFS by October 2nd. So bugs for the Snake over in Jackson, your Hecuba snake drake, so your smaller green drake patterns, your smaller gray drake patterns, those film critic cripples, CDC parachutes, parachute hare's ears, purple parachutes, all of that stuff is all good. Leftover mahoganies and blue-wing olives has been very productive as well. This is a great time of year to sort of throw streamers while you're trying to cover water until you start to pull in some of those eddies, recircs, side channels, seam lines, and things along those lines, and start looking for those heads and those fish rising in those slower water types, to those smaller bugs, and, pick on them for a little bit, get a couple to eat, miss a bunch of them, start fishing again with your streamer as you move on to the next spot. The Henry's Fork, 462 CFS coming out of the box, 1,300 CFS on the lower river. Similarly, the Henry's Fork is sort of back online in fall fashion with cooler water temps and these overcast, very calm, perfect fall fly fishing days. The ranch has been good with leftover terrestrials, your blue-wing olives, and your mahoganies. And then look for the lower river to get fishing really well again as things cool off. Still mostly a nymphing game with your small rubber legs, blue-wing olive imitations. zebra midges, San Juan worms, and things along those lines, but we can have some great small dry fly fishing there on the lower river when conditions are right as well. The Teton 406 CFS near Driggs, 491 CFS there on the lower river. This morning, the Teton was at 280 CFS, so it's climbing, and I would forecast clarity to be dropping off a little bit, but now that it's sort of stopped raining and things have stabilized, I think you should be good to go. The reports coming back from the Teton with our Hecuba fall drakes have been phenomenal. Mahoganies, blooming olives, and similarly to what I was saying for the snake, small streamers fished in the middle part of the river, deep holes, some of the banks that still have depth has been ultra productive too while you're moving from spot to spot, sort of head hunting fish here and there. So remember that technique as you move into the fall fishing season. We're having our flows drop, so fish are going to start creeping in off of the banks, and they don't necessarily have to be on the banks to be consuming their food sources. They may be in the middle of the river, they may be in some recirculating eddies, they may be in all sorts of different water types. So don't get focused just on those summer fishing water types that we know and love so much, big grass banks, riffles, things like that, because our fish are going to start transitioning into some different places. We're extending our dollar fly sale until the end of the month, so we've got dollar nymphs, foam flies, and dry flies, and we still got our 50% off our streamers as well until the end of the month. We're open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So better stop watching me talk and get out there and get fishing in this awesome fall weather that we've been receiving here these past couple days. You won't be surprised with what you see, because these are the days that all of us want to be out there fishing blooming olives and mahoganies in these first days of fall. So go out, enjoy it, have a great weekend and a safe weekend on the water, and we'll see you here next week.